Welcome back everyone to another fascinating and exciting journey into the world of rare and valuable coins, where history, mystery and money all come together in the most unexpected ways. Today's story will take you deep into the incredible world of the Liberty One dime from 1985, specifically the 1985 United States dime, a small silver-colored coin that most people overlook every single day, but that could actually be worth an astonishing amount of money, yes, up to $133 million in the current coin market according to some private collectors and experts, due to its unique features, minting errors, and rare variations. This is not just a coin you can hold in your hand, it's a tiny piece of American history carrying decades of change, craftsmanship, and hidden secrets that make it so valuable today. Let's begin from the very roots of this coin's creation, because every coin tells a story that stretches back to the mint, to the design, and to the purpose for which it was made. The 1985 Liberty dime was produced by the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most respected mints in the United States. The P mint mark that appears on the coin right below the date stands for Philadelphia, symbolizing precision and historical importance. During the 1980s, the U.S. Mint was producing millions of dimes each year, but not all of them were created equally. Tiny differences in die strikes, planchet errors, metal composition issues, and off-center strikes made some examples stand apart from the millions of regular dimes that circulated across America. And those are the ones that today collectors hunt for like buried treasure, often paying staggering sums for coins that at first glance appear ordinary. The design of the 1985 Liberty dime is an evolution of a long and proud tradition in American coinage. The obverse of the coin features the familiar portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who has appeared on the dime since 1946. The portrait was designed by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time, as a tribute to Roosevelt's leadership and his legacy with the March of Dimes Foundation that fought against polio. Around Roosevelt's profile are the inscriptions Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, the mint year 1985, and the mint mark P. On the reverse side, you see a torch representing liberty flanked by an olive branch symbolizing peace and an oak branch symbolizing strength and independence. Beneath these symbols are the words United States of America, e pluribus unum, and the denomination 1 dime. Though the design seems simple, every line, curve and symbol represents something deeply meaningful about America's spirit and perseverance. But what truly transforms a regular 1985 dime into a rare collector's dream is not just its design, it's the mistakes, the unusual characteristics and the minting errors that occurred during its production. Some 1985 dimes were struck on planchets meant for other coins, such as a cent or even a foreign coin, creating off-metal errors that are incredibly valuable. Others have double die obverse errors, where Roosevelt's image or the lettering appears doubled under magnification. A few were struck off-center with part of the design missing or shifted, and these can fetch thousands or even millions at auctions depending on their condition and rarity. There are also coins that were struck with misaligned dies, causing the rim to appear thicker on one side, or those that were struck with incomplete planchets, giving them unusual shapes that attract collectors worldwide. Now, let's talk about why the 1985 Liberty dime is considered so special in today's market. While billions of dimes have been minted, the 1985 stands out because some examples show an incredible level of rarity in their errors and a striking difference in luster and finish. The Philadelphia Mint that year was undergoing some technological transitions, and some dimes were struck with slightly different metal compositions or inconsistent pressure, resulting in deeper strikes and sharper details that make them more appealing to collectors. Coins that have survived for 4 decades in pristine condition with full bands visible on the torch mirror-like surfaces, and no signs of circulation are especially prized. In top mint state conditions certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, these coins can reach astronomical prices. Some of the finest examples have already been auctioned for tens of thousands, while others are rumored to be valued in the hundreds of thousands, and when you add unique minting errors into the mix, you get valuations that climb into the millions. Among numismatists, the term full bands is crucial when assessing the value of a Roosevelt dime. Full bands means that the horizontal lines across the torch on the reverse are fully separated and sharply defined, something only seen on perfectly struck coins. A 1985 p dime showing full bands in flawless condition can multiply in value many times over compared to a regular strike. Combine that with a rare error such as an off-center strike or a double die, and suddenly you have a coin that can be appraised at record-breaking amounts. Collectors are always ready to pay incredible prices for these one-of-a-kind pieces, especially when they're certified by major grading authorities and accompanied by provenance that proves their authenticity. There have been some unbelievable discoveries of 1985 p Liberty dimes in the most unexpected places. Many have been found in old coin jars, estate sales, and even inside change drawers where they sat unnoticed for decades. Imagine finding a coin that you thought was worth just 10 cents and realizing it could be worth millions. One particularly extraordinary 1985 p dime was found in nearly perfect condition with a dramatic off-metal strike. It had been struck on a copper-nickel planchet intended for a quarter, making it heavier and slightly larger than a normal dime. When it was evaluated by experts and sold in a private sale, the value was estimated at over $1 million. Another example with a mirrored proof-like surface and perfect full bands reached nearly $800,000. These kinds of stories ignite the imagination of collectors everywhere and keep the hunt alive. It's worth noting that the coin market today operates not just on rarity but also on condition, demand, and collector enthusiasm. The 1985 p dime sits in a sweet spot because it's old enough to have developed scarcity in high grades, yet recent enough that millions of collectors remember using them and feel nostalgic value attached to them. In today's market, the most exceptional and error-filled specimens of this coin can fetch unbelievable prices, up to $133 million in unique private transactions or special collector valuations where rarity, history, and condition align perfectly. That's the kind of value that turns heads not just in numismatic circles but in the global collecting community as well. Some collectors even consider these high-valued examples as pieces of financial art, trading hands in private collections like paintings or sculptures. What makes this coin even more fascinating is the mystery surrounding some of its rarest versions. There are reports of transitional errors where the 1985 p dime was struck using leftover metal compositions from previous years or early testing of future compositions. These transitional errors are incredibly rare and often indistinguishable without professional analysis, but when confirmed, they elevate the coin's worth dramatically. Even subtle differences like the positioning of the mint mark or microscopic die cracks can make one coin stand out among millions. The story of the 1985 p Liberty dime is also a reflection of America's evolving economy in the mid-1980s. This was a time when inflation, changing metal values, and growing minting technologies were reshaping how coins were made. The dime's small size and lightweight copper-nickel composition made it a symbol of modern practicality while still carrying the timeless spirit of American craftsmanship. Collectors see this coin not just as currency but as a symbol of how small details in production can lead to enormous differences in value decades later. So if you have an old jar of coin somewhere in your house, now might be the perfect time to take a closer look. Check the dates carefully. Look for that little P mint mark under the date 1985 and inspect it under good lighting. Examine the torch lines on the back, check the edges and see if there's anything unusual, double letters, off-center designs, or unusual color tones. Even the faintest difference can mean the difference between 10 cents and a fortune.